Hello everyone, happy summer. I wanted to do a video on some of the clean sunscreens that I found. So this video is going to be just about the sun products. There's more than just sunscreen here. So sun products that I found that are clean and nourishing to the skin, and that's what this video is about. Hi everyone, my name is Michelle. I started this channel to document my journey with stage 3 metastatic triple-negative breast cancer. I'm fighting my cancer from a holistic approach using both conventional standard of care and alternative therapies, as well as a carnivore, ketovore diet, which has healed many other long-term health issues for myself. During the course of chemotherapy and immunotherapy, I also developed Central Adrenal Insufficiency, which they tell me is permanent. So, as I continue my journey, there's more story to tell. On this channel, I will share things about cancer treatments, adrenal insufficiency, carnivore, ketovore, and maybe some non-carnivore cooking recipes as well. Family, faith, philosophy, spiritual awakening, light work, non-toxic or clean products, and anything else I might find interesting. Thanks for following along on my journey, and please like, subscribe, and share if you find anything of value. Thanks so much. Okay, so the first thing I want to insert here is just some screenshots of some of the other popular sunscreen brands and others that we've tried in the past. And some of them were even in my beach bag and in my closet because we used them as recently as last year. But I'm going to show you what the Yucca app says about them.
Hawaiian Tropic Lotion scored a 0 out of 100 with 1 hazardous and several moderate risk ingredients. Water Babies by Coppertone Spray, 5 out of 100. Sunbum Tanning Oil, 1 out of 100. You'll notice some of the same ingredients. Sunbum Lotion, 0 out of 100 with several hazardous ingredients. Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Lotion, again, 0 out of 100 with several hazardous ingredients. And Whole Foods Spray, 365 brand, 7 out of 100.
Okay, I wanted to talk about the different types of sunscreen that are available and why these are the products that I chose to try out. There are 2 types of sunscreen on the market. There are chemical sunscreens and physical sunscreens, or mineral sunscreens. The chemical sunscreens have chemical names. The active ingredients are things like oxybenzone or avobenzone or oxycrylene or something like that, and there's a whole list of them. I want to say like 12 different ingredients that the FDA has approved for use in sunscreen. They're designed to be absorbed into your skin, and many of them are, and even some of the lower ingredients that are inactive in those particular formulations can be hormone disruptors or even carcinogens, and they of course approve them in amounts that are small if you're only using it once in a while. But you put sunscreen on your body, they tell you to put it on every day when you go in the sun. So I didn't want a chemical sunscreen because I don't want chemicals on my body. It's also not safe for the environment. Many of them are banned in Hawaii and Australia because it damages the coral reefs and the aquatic life. So I was looking at mineral sunscreens or physical sunscreens. The active ingredients in mineral sunscreens are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. And the thing is that they sit on the surface of the skin. So that's why there's often a white cast with some of them. But they sit on the surface of the skin and absorb the UV radiation, and then you wash it off. And so it's a more natural product. It is not known to do damage to it. Well, if there are nanoparticles, then even some of the zinc oxide formulations are banned in Hawaii because the nanoparticles can damage the reef, or not the reef, but fish. So non-nano zinc oxide and titanium dioxide are the safest options, in my opinion, that I have found. So those are the differences between the different types of sunscreens and why all of these products are physical sunscreens. They sit on the surface of the skin and they use either zinc oxide or zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, and they are non nanoparticles because they are, which makes them reef and aquatic safe. Okay, so my clean alternatives that I found. So the first one that I'm going to show you is the Badger Adventure. Mineral sunscreen cream. It's an SPF of 50. It is reef friendly certified, and this is mainly uncoated zinc oxide. The pros on this: it's reef friendly. It is a nice thick sunscreen. It covers tattoos really well if you want to protect your tattoos. My husband really likes this one. I found it to be a little bit heavy on the white cast that it left on my face, which I did not take a picture of.
I wore it again and made a picture.
But I'll show you a picture of the first three that I'm going to show you on my arm, and I can actually hold my arm up. You can see that I have one right here, which you can't really see, and then there's one next to it, and then this third little band here, not in the watch where the watch goes, but right next to it, which you can't really tell, is where the Badger is. So right next to my watch band there is Badger, but I'll show you you can see it in the photograph of those three. And Badger is the first one. It was a little sticky. I felt that it was really like tacky to the touch for most of the day that I wore it. So it's not my favorite out of all the products I'm going to show you, but it's not a bad one. Next one is the Rocasa Sunshield, and those are the other two on my arm. I have the untinted and the tinted one that I had.
So here is the untinted version with a slight white cast on my face, and here is the tinted version, which did not leave any white cast.
Just last year. So they work the same. The tinted one does not have a white cast, so that's right around here on my arm. And let me show you that picture now. So those are the three kind of next to each other, and you can see a little bit of I put the tube behind them. With the Sunshield, I like it a little, it's not as much of a white cast. I didn't feel it was tacky or anything like that. I actually quite enjoyed wearing it. And again, the tinted one doesn't leave as much of a white cast. I actually felt like last year when I used the tinted one, it did leave a really white cast because my skin had already a tan on it. And so putting the tinted one even was very light on my face. But they're both pretty thick. They do cover up, they give you a good SPF. They are the equivalent of an SPF 30, but it doesn't, and this has zinc oxide and titanium uncoated non-nano zinc oxide and non-nano titanium dioxide as the sunscreen ingredient in these. Slight white cast. It does rub in easier as well than the Badger. The Badger's thicker. The Sunshield washes off easily. The Badger not so much. That's that. And then on the other arm, I put the other two sunscreens that I have. And so the first one I'll show you is the Raw Element. You can't see them at all. Neither one of them really leaves a white cast. Raw Elements.
Here it is on my face in the sun, just a slight white cast.
Again, the active ingredient is non-nano zinc oxide, and there's some other natural ingredients in here. Nothing chemical, nothing, no known carcinogens or endocrine disruptors.
And Raw Elements scores a 93 out of 100 on the Yuka app.
And this is an SPF of 30. I did like this one. It did leave a little bit of a white cast, but it wasn't as much. And so this is the last one. This is my favorite, and this is the Sky and Soul Face and Body Sunscreen. It's an SPF of 50. It has tallow, non-nano zinc oxide, beeswax, propolis, olive oil, jojoba ester, and shea butter. And that's it. That's all that's in this, this one. And this is white. I will show you. It is white when you put it on, but it rubs in let me put the cap back on. It rubs in very clear, and doesn't leave a white cast at all. It's very light. It's not sticky or tacky. So that's my favorite.
Here is the Sky and Soul on my face. And here are the two side by side on my arm. Don't really notice a white cast at all.
Other products that I have here for outdoors, I have some after sun products, and definitely the Rocasa after sun spray is one of my favorites. If I have a sunburn, even if I start to turn a little bit red, I put this on, and it's clear. It's very soothing to the skin. It has prickly pear seed oil, seaweed, colloidal silver. It says menthol oil, but it doesn't feel like menthol. Peppermint, lavender, camphor, and eucalyptus. It doesn't burn at all. It's very soothing on the skin. I also use this like after I shave. I put this on the skin that I shaved, so any like razor bumps or anything go away. And that redness that you get in the sun when you come out of the sun, if I spray this on it, sometimes that redness completely goes away. You think it's going to turn into sunburn, but it doesn't. So I love that one. And I also have an aloe vera badger. Has a pure aloe with no chemical ingredients. And so this is something that definitely, if we go to the beach or the pool, that'll come with us. I have a tanning oil that one of my favorite things that I used to use was like the Hawaiian Tropic tanning oil, or copper tone tanning oil that was like SPF of 4, and it just left this kind of attracted the sun to your skin, and it was a way for me to get some tan on my legs so that they weren't quite so strikingly white. But there's some not so nice chemicals in that tanning oil. So this is a nice tanning oil that's a good, and it is an oil. It does, you use it exactly the same way. It goes on just the same. It might be quite a little bit more, soothing, not irritating at all. I've only used it once the radio oncologist gave me permission to go in the sun. I did put that on my legs, and I do feel like they have a little bit of a tan going. I've only been out in the sun once really with it. So we'll see how that goes. And then the other one is their new swim spray, which I have not tried yet, but I'm very excited about. And so in here we have distilled water, vegetable glycerin, non-GMO sodium ascorbate, vitamin C, and therapeutic grade essential oils of rosemary, peppermint, and lemongrass. And I haven't used it yet, so let me pump it up. Oh, it smells really good. Very citrusy. And so this is to put on before you go swimming, and so in a chlorinated pool specifically. And so you spray before you go in the pool, and you can spray again after, and it's supposed to protect your skin from the damaging effects of chlorine, which can be damaging to your skin. So I'm excited to use that this year, but I haven't used it yet. It does smell really nice though. I could wear it as perfume. It's very subtle, but it's a little citrusy, and it's like a happy vibe to it. So those are my sunscreens that I found and tested so far. Again, my top pick is the Sky and Soul Face and Body Sunscreen SPF of 50. I'm really excited to use this in the sun, the summer. And I can't these are just the ones I've tested. I will link to each of these products below where I got them. There are other ones out there that people have recommended, and I just haven't tried them. There's only so much money I was willing to spend to try. So there's some other good ones that I've heard about, like I think there's one called I don't remember. Think Sport, I think, is one, and Earth Mama is another one that people have recommended, but I haven't tried them. And some of them also have spray. Supergoop is one that has a spray. There are chemical sunscreens in some of them though, but some of those chemical sunscreens are reef safe, and they just haven't tested them yet to see if they're endocrine disruptors, so they could be. And so it says, there's a little warning on it, it says that it could be an endocrine disruptor, but they don't really know because they haven't done any studies. So, I'm going with the zinc oxide, because, especially the non-nano zinc oxide, because I know that that is a clean ingredient. I guess clean is a scale, right? It's a spectrum. And so I'm not willing to use the harsh chemicals that we know can cause cancer or disrupt your endocrine system. But, some of the other ones we gotta do a little give and take. And, my daughter likes the spray. And so, we have to look at, well, what kind of spray is maybe less toxic, but, somewhere in the middle, I guess. So that's my sunscreen video, and we will talk soon.